Someone recently asked me, "What do you teach, Constance?" And I was like, "What do I teach? I teach human potential." That's what I teach. That's what I teach. I hope you've gathered that about now if you've been watching for a while. I teach human potential because I think that if we're only living through our physical senses, we're missing half our life. And once you start tapping into your 11 soul senses, the world opens up to you in magnanimous ways. Not only are you able to get in touch with your true nature and your deeper self and your wise self, you're able to get in touch with others on a deeper level to connect and communicate and comprehend and have compassion. And you're able to engage in your world differently, right? And I think that once you start really working with your 11 soul senses, you realize that there's nowhere that you cannot use this stuff. So you can use this stuff anywhere. Hello, and welcome to the Constance Messmer Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me rephrase that. You can use this anywhere. You can use it in troubleshooting problems personally and professionally, right? All the time. Like there were times in my career and even still where things were like going along tickety-boo and I was like, okay, I'm going to accomplish this thing next, right? And Spirit's like, you think you are, but you're not, And I was like, wait, I was like, yes, I am. I'm going to do this. I'm in charge. And Spirit's like, Constance, you are, but you're also working with a team. So you're part of a team. And so I took those moments to pause and say, okay, well, hands on heart, what's happening? Why are the steps that I'm thinking I want to take not going to work out? And then Spirit would come back with answers. And the same is true when I would just, pitch some ideas and they wouldn't go anywhere or they'd fall flat. And I'd be like, I thought that was really going to go. And in those shortcomings of what I desired, I recognized it wasn't my own shortcoming. It was either not time or there were other things, that needed to be in place, or maybe there were moments that I needed to gather some more information before it would all come together. These kind of things were really important. And the only way that I could navigate those moments without frustration was to actually quiet my mind, tune in, engage in self-dialogue, free writing, incorporating my 11 soul senses to connect with my true nature, my wise self, that part of me that can see beyond my ego, limitation, fears, and all that stuff. And so I think that's been really beneficial for me, and I encourage you to do the same. In those spaces where we're slowing down to be mindful and present with ourself, right? Present with ourself. That's so important because then we can bring that presence into our day-to-day life. And I believe part of our human potential is this vastness of consciousness that we are not necessarily kind of diving into or traversing if we're so busy in our day-to-day life, physical reality, work, home, family, friends, whatever, world, woes of the world, excitement of the world, the ups and downs, all of it. I think that sometimes we can be so physical and physical senses that we forget we have this whole other repertoire, this whole other, backpack of resources that is also equally functioning on this maybe sometimes subconscious level. And so my hope is to teach you to discern and recognize that you have moments that your soul is engaging in your environment through your soul senses. And in those moments, how you might extrapolate truth or different awarenesses or greater ideas or different perspectives in each moment. Listen, recently I was with family for a few weeks and oh my God, talk about dynamic. And I was like, ooh, mindfulness, presence, be here now, pull back and engage in my own soul senses to go, what's the bigger story here? What's happening? Are they projecting? Am I projecting? what do they, what do they need? Where do I need to challenge the thought process? All of these things were so important. And I could not have done those without some serious introspection, but also some very psychic perspective, right? And those were only accessible through my soul senses that I teach you. And so I just think that, I've often said the world would be a much better place if we all listened to and tuned in and honored our soul senses. And it's because in doing so, we not only engage in a deeper understanding to ourselves, but we also come into a new relationship with our world and others. And it does lead you to these higher frequencies of vibration that are compassion, love, understanding, or desire to comprehend and not just sympathize with someone, but empathize with them, but have compassion on a deeper level, right? Because you're engaging and you're connected. And so, as you feel your way along, as you navigate your days with this deeper understanding to this greater truth that you embody, right, through your 11 soul senses, I encourage you to recognize in these moments, like, what's a different way of looking at this scenario, when you're coming up to a problem or a situation, or even in the light, right? Even in the light and the love, when you're so moved by something that's beautiful, open up to your 11 soul senses and see the vibration of your own energy field shift, let alone those around you that are engaging in the connection and the site itself. Also, I always think that's beautiful. Like sometimes when I remember seeing the Northern Lights for the first time, I was like, wow, what? I'm getting chills thinking of it, or beautiful sunsets. And I don't take those for granted. And I don't take those in just personally. I look around to see how is how is this experience landing on them, the others that I'm with. And not only do I see physically and look and see maybe teary-eyed or just their goosebumps and all that stuff, but I also look psychically on a soul level to see their auric field expand in those moments of beauty, right? And the same is true when we gift people with compliments, true compliments that we feel, or deeply listen, and we reassure them that they're being heard and held, right, in these moments of whatever is going on in their life that they want to share. And I often look psychically using clairvoyance to go, or even feel clairsensation, like how is this rippling through their energy field, their energetic blueprint, and how in this way am I actually unconsciously healing, you know, or just by listening, or vice versa, being present with someone, being present with me in moments of hardship or difficulty or excitement. I'm trying not to let these moments pass by. Your 11 Soul Senses, a journal for self-discovery, is something I created just for you. It is complete with definitions, writing prompts, and blank journaling pages to help you reconnect with your true essence and your soul sense abilities. To get your copy, visit my shop or go to constancemessmer.com. And thanks for tuning in. I'm big on accomplishing goals, especially business goals in my life, but I don't often take pause and recognize, like, let this land, soak this in, something that you've worked hard for and, was a long time coming maybe. And Spirit's so cute. All roads like this can lead to greatness. That wasn't for me alone. That was for you too. That when you take a moment to really soak it in, they're telling me that you re-energize yourself for the next steps further on down the road. If you miss that opportunity, you forget how great you are. You forget how capable you are. You forget how strong you are. You forget how magnanimous you are. Oh my God, am I getting a talking to right now? So I'm gifting you with that same, as Spirit says, definitely be fortified and renewed in those moments that you've accomplished a task, especially if it's really difficult. You know, I think of the people in my life that struggle with addiction, and they're like, 5 days away, 5 days down, and, lifetime to go, or 7 months down, or whatnot. And I think of my own struggles, and I think, yeah, one day at a time, one day at a time, you got this. And same with spiritual journey or path or goals or business goals. It's just like, keep applying yourself, but celebrate the successes, right? Really celebrate the successes, because then you are fortified to move into your future. And so when I say that I teach human potential, these aren't just words. These are like, yeah, I want you to have your best life. And I believe that incorporating your use and recognition of your 11 soul senses is is a massive part of that. A massive part of that. I don't think you can have it without it. And so I think sometimes people might be engaging in their 11 soul senses without recognizing it or without naming it. And I just think it's beneficial to notice when you are, and it will enhance the experience even further, tapping into this part of you that is, that carries you forever throughout eternity, your soul, right? So, yeah. I'm like, really? Where did this go? Is this even an episode? Does this even make sense? Human potential. Yeah, I think it does. What did I even say? I'm like, okay, breadcrumbs from heaven. So I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm going to cry. Otherwise, I wouldn't be teaching this, right? It's not for me, it's for you. Okay, it is sort of for me. Now, it's for me in that it's my dharma. I have to do what I'm called to do, and this is what I'm called to do. So I'm glad you're called to it too, right? So we can hang out together and be in this space together, um and put into practice everything that comes through. Listen, I don't work alone. This is not all Constance wisdom. No, not at all. Mine are borrowed words often, and impressions collected from my own life, from my soul's journey, and from spirit, the help of spirit. And so I think that this human potential is about being at the highest frequency and resonating from those spaces and living from that conscious space of, you know, one with all there that is. And and a significant, if not paramount part of that is learning and living from your 11 soul senses. So when someone said, "Don't you just teach psychic development?" I'm like, no, no. I mean, no. Although I could see why you would think that that's what this might be. And I would, if I was back in the day doing reads and teaching and mediumship regularly, then I would definitely watch this material, because like I told you from the very early on video, this is your soul's journey. So your stuff is going to come up. You're going to want to process it, especially if you're someone that does reads or guidance and helping others, because you can't work through the filters of your own stuff. You have to process your stuff. And so as life goes, that's how it is, right? And so I think that that I would definitely have watched these kind of lessons when I was doing the work, being a straight psychic development teacher and a reader. But even back then, it was always about human potential for me. Always about human potential. Where's your consciousness? Where are you honing in thoughts, and where's that uncomfortable thought coming from, or that disparaging thought coming from? Let's close your eyes, navigate it, and go inside. Like, find out, where is that? Is that lodged in your DNA from your family lineage, or is it lodged in your soul DNA from lifetimes ago? Or was it from yesterday, right? A conversation that hooked you and is taking you out, or a self-belief pattern. These are all things that are fantastic to kind of get to your greater truth. But in my world, you can't navigate that just mentally, because the experience of answers might come to you clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, clairsensation, clairsentiment. and to unravel it, you might have to feed into an empathic relationship with someone from your childhood or whatever, or your current relationships. And all those are soul senses. Those are soul sensibilities, not just physical senses. So, this is much more than psychic development, my friend. This is human potential. And I believe in you. And I can't wait to meet you and see what you're up to, find out, and just see you glow. I know I will. I'm looking now. I'm looking now. I'm looking now. I would love to do an episode where we're all on a Zoom call, like all 50,000 plus of us, 51,000 plus of us. That would be so fun. There's a siren. Oh my gosh. In my office, we know that when we say something and a sound rings out, it's going to happen. Oh, that's so cool. I guess I'm going to do a Zoom. Is that how you do it? I don't know how you do it. I'll have to ask my team. Anyway, okay. Now I'm asking spirit. Is there, since you've interjected on this and I didn't know where this was going, is there any more? You are loved and you are love. It reminds me of my meditation, your life calling. Yeah. Yeah. If you're feeling compelled to get your version, it's in my shop. Might help you. But I know that just putting your hands on your heart, closing your eyes, and taking your dedicated time to tune in and sink in and really honor what you're capable of, that will help you too. I believe in you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that we're together. I'm so grateful we're traveling around the sun together. I cannot even tell you. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Constance Messmer here. I just want to do a shout out of big thanks to all the members. I am so grateful. And all the people dropping in and giving little super thanks and all that stuff. I really appreciate you. You members and you people contributing and subscribers are what helped me bring this content to everyone, really. So every little bit helps. And I am filled with gratitude that you're stepping up. There are environmental issues in other organizations that I contribute to because I like to see them persevere. And I'm hoping you feel the same about this work. I hope you put it into practice in your life and help change our world, which is what I think it ultimately does. As you know, I think if everyone tuned into their soul senses, the world would be a much better place. So when you subscribe, it's a big yes vote for the content. When you put the lessons into practice and subscribe and like and share, you help me help you carry the lesson beyond you and me. And I am just really grateful.